Tin Man makeup that nearly killed Jed, to the goat milking audition that stole the show, and the secret wig hiding a Hollywood icon. Get ready to discover the wildest untold secrets of the Beverly Hillbillies. The real mansion. The Beverly Hillbillies mansion had a $500 a day secret that didn't stay hidden for long. The iconic Clampett estate wasn't actually in Beverly Hills. It was the stunning Kirkby mansion in Bel Air, rented with one strict condition: never reveal the address. The production team agreed immediately, keeping things completely discreet for the bargain price of just $500 a day. But secrets don't last in Hollywood. Neighbors started spotting equipment trucks rolling in every week, and curious fans began asking questions. Soon, word spread like wildfire, and crowds of devoted viewers gathered outside the gates daily, desperate for a glimpse of where the Clampetts lived. The frustrated homeowner complained about the mansion turning into an unwanted tourist attraction instead of the quiet rental they'd agreed to. The crew scrambled, constantly changing filming schedules and racing through scenes before fans showed up again. One lighting technician later recalled they'd never filmed so fast in their lives, rushing to capture shots before the next wave of eager visitors arrived at the famous gates. A no-cash cameo for John Wayne. Legendary actor John Wayne made a cameo appearance in a 1967 episode, The Indians Are Coming. He refused to accept a paycheck for the role. Instead, he requested a fifth of bourbon as his only compensation, calling it a favor to the show. The Bluegrass theme song made history. The show's theme, The Ballad of Jed Clampett, featuring banjo legends Flatt and Scruggs, was a massive hit. It became the first bluegrass song to reach #1 on the Billboard country charts, 1963, and even cracked the pop top 50. While Jerry Scoggins sang the TV version, Flatt and Scruggs released their own single that topped the charts. The famous smack. That sharp clack was a sound effect added by editors to sell the comedy without giving Max Baer Jr. a concussion. But the reason it looked so convincing was Irene Ryan's decades of training. Long before the Beverly Hillbillies, Ryan was a veteran vaudeville star who spent the 1920s mastering physical comedy on stage. Her timing was so surgically precise that she could swing her wooden ladle with full force and stop it just millimeters from Max's head, freezing the motion exactly when the sound editor would insert the effect. Max Baer Jr. later admitted that despite being over a foot taller than her, he respected her feisty energy and trusted her completely, knowing her hits were always safe but looked painfully real. Jethro sued CBS over a secret barbecue deal. Think Jethro was just a simpleton? In real life, Max Baer Jr. was a shrewd businessman who sued CBS for millions. In 1991, Baer wisely negotiated a contract giving him exclusive rights to use the Jethro name and Beverly Hillbillies themes for restaurants and casinos. He spent years and millions of dollars developing successful slot machines and planning a Jethro-themed casino empire. But in 2014, he was shocked to discover that CBS had made a secret, separate deal allowing a Des Moines chain called Jethro's Barbecue to use the character's name without his permission. Baer dragged the network to court, arguing their double dealing had sabotaged the value of the rights he had paid for, proving that in Hollywood, the real fight is often over the fine print. The show was killed by the rural purge. Why did CBS cancel the Beverly Hillbillies even though it was still popular? It wasn't because of low ratings. It was a victim of the infamous rural purge. By 1971, CBS executives Fred Silverman and Robert Wood decided to wipe out their entire lineup of country-themed shows, including Green Acres and Petticoat Junction, to target a younger, wealthier urban demographic. Even though the Beverly Hillbillies was still winning decent ratings, ranking number 33, it was considered too old and too rural for the new modern image CBS wanted. Actor Pat Buttram famously summed up the ruthless decision. It was the year CBS canceled everything with a tree, including Lassie. The oil strike was geologically impossible. Jed Clampett's famous oil strike was a scientific lie. Geologists have laughed at the show's opening for decades because it's impossible to strike oil with a rifle bullet. Crude deposits sit thousands of feet deep, not inches below the grass. Furthermore, the Clampetts lived in the Ozarks, a region that isn't known for oil production. But facts didn't matter to the crew. To create the iconic Bubblin' Crude, they buried hidden pipes under the set and pumped a pressurized black mixture to shoot out of the ground on cue. It was scientifically wrong, but it created one of the most memorable and profitable openings in TV history. the Tin Man that almost killed Jed Clampett. Before he struck oil as Jed Clampett, Buddy Ebsen nearly lost his life playing the Tin Man in The Wizard of Oz. Ebsen was originally cast in the metallic role, but the pure aluminum dust used for his makeup coated his lungs, causing a severe, near-fatal allergic reaction that landed him in an oxygen tent for 9 days. Producers replaced him with Jack Haley, but they didn't erase him completely. If you listen closely to the group chorus of "We're Off to See the Wizard," that's still Buddy Ebsen's voice singing, a ghostly reminder of the role that almost killed him before he ever made it to Beverly Hills. A casino and Madonna lawsuit. Max Baer Jr. defied his simpleton Jethro persona by proving himself as one of Hollywood's sharpest businessmen. He secured the rights to the Beverly Hillbillies brand and spent decades fighting to build a massive Hillbillies-themed casino in Nevada, complete with a 200-foot flaming oil derrick that local officials constantly blocked as a dangerous spectacle. His business battles even extended to pop music, where he successfully sued ABC for $2 million after they interfered with his attempt to buy the rights to Madonna's song Like a Virgin for a film project. While his dream casino never fully materialized, his multi-million-dollar legal victories proved that the man behind Jethro Bodine was a force to be reckoned with. Sharon Tate was hidden in plain sight. You probably watched a future Hollywood icon for years without even realizing it. Sharon Tate appeared in 15 episodes of the Beverly Hillbillies, but she was almost unrecognizable. Why? Because her producer forced her to wear a dark brown wig to hide her signature blonde hair. He wanted to save her glamorous reveal for her future movie career, using the sitcom merely as a training ground. So, while she played Janet Trago, the bank secretary, she was right there on screen with the Clampetts, hidden in plain sight, just a few years before becoming one of the most famous and tragic figures of the 1960s. Before we reveal how a 6'4" man became the show's funniest actress, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Jethro was his own twin sister. Did you know Jethro Bodine was also the show's most terrifying leading lady? In the first season, Max Baer Jr. pulled double duty by playing his own twin sister, Jethrine. Standing 6'4" in a blonde wig and rural dress, he was intentionally ridiculous, a giant man pretending to be a shy, dainty girl. But while Max provided the body, he couldn't do the voice. Every word Jethrine spoke was actually dubbed in post-production by Linda K. Henning, the show creator's daughter. Max Baer Jr. fully committed to the absurdity, proving he had zero ego by becoming the only actress in Hollywood with broad shoulders and a 5 o'clock shadow. Granny was decades younger than she looked. Actress Irene Ryan was only 59 years old when she was cast as Granny, a character meant to be an octogenarian. To land the role, she underwent a rigorous screen test wearing heavy, old-age makeup and a wig, convincing producers she could play significantly older than her actual age. She beat out veteran actress Bea Benaderet for the part. Buddy Ebsen's impossible second act. Most actors are lucky to land one iconic role in a lifetime, but Buddy Ebsen pulled off the impossible. He had 2 back-to-back smashes. Just 2 years after hanging up Jed Clampett's hat, Ebsen completely reinvented himself at age 64, swapping his hillbilly clothes for a suit to star in Barnaby Jones. Industry insiders thought he would be typecast forever, but Ebsen proved them wrong, leading the hit detective drama for 8 incredible seasons. His endurance was legendary. He went from a 1930s vaudeville dancer to a 1960s sitcom icon, and finally to a 1970s dramatic powerhouse, proving he was one of the few stars in Hollywood history who simply refused to fade away. The Goat Milking Audition and the Age Secret. Donna Douglas famously got the role of Ellie May over 500 other actresses by milking a goat right in the audition room. When producers tested her ability to handle livestock, the Louisiana farm girl didn't hesitate. She calmly walked over, milked the animal, and quipped, "I figured they were equipped the same as cows." That authentic country charm launched her career, but she successfully hid a surprising secret. She was already 30 years old when the show began, playing a character nearly a decade younger. This created a bizarre reality on set, where Irene Ryan, Granny, at only 59, was less than 30 years older than her on-screen granddaughter. Jethro's father was a real heavyweight champion. Max Baer Jr., who played the dim-witted Jethro Bodine, was the son of Max Baer, the real-life world heavyweight boxing champion, 1934 to 1935. This connection was occasionally referenced in the show with boxing jokes, though the fictional Jethro was gentle and unathletic compared to his famous father. Critics hated it, viewers loved it. Despite being panned by critics as lowbrow and unfunny, the Beverly Hillbillies was an instant ratings juggernaut. It shot to #1 in the Nielsen ratings within its first 3 weeks, a record that still stands for a sitcom debut. It remained the #1 show in America for its first 2 seasons. The Sister Act lawsuit. Decades after the show, Donna Douglas, Ellie May sued Disney, Whoopi Goldberg, and Bette Midler in 1993 for $200 million. She claimed the hit movie Sister Act was plagiarized from a screenplay she and a partner had developed titled A Nun in the Closet. She ultimately lost the suit, but it remains a surprising chapter in her post-Hillbillies life. Thanks for watching. Which of these hillbilly secrets surprised you the most? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this trip down memory lane, give this video a big thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe for more classic TV secrets. See y'all next time.